Hello everyone, it is Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. Welcome to Puzzle with me. My name is Lawrence, and today it is the first Tuesday of the month, which means this is a teaching video. So this video is going to be a bit of a longer video than I usually do. I'll be going through today's New York Times crossword, and this is by Trip Payne today. And I'll be going through today's crossword and talking about how the crossword works and how clues work. And this is for kind of beginners or newcomers to American style crosswords or to New York Times crosswords. If you are, if you feel like you're not good at puzzles, if they feel intimidating to you, or if you just want to learn some stuff about how to solve a crossword, this video is for you. This is Teaching Tuesday. And I'm going to open up the puzzle and get into it. Just logistically, as I'm talking, you can see a clue highlighted in blue to the left of the grid. So right now it's one across, and that is kit blank bar. That same clue is also highlighted in blue in the grid. So that's, if you're, moving your eyes around with me, that's the place to look at the blue stuff. That's what I'll be talking about. So we have kit blank bar, very straightforward kind of clue just to fill in the blank. And that is, of course, the Kit Kat bar, I'm sure. I'm also noticing just before I move any further that we have some shaded squares, these 3x3 squares in the corner in each corner of the grid. And that is unusual. I'm guessing that is something to do with the theme. If you're new to New York Times crosswords, every Monday through Thursday, the puzzle has some kind of a theme where there will be multiple things in the grid, multiple answers in the grid, words, etc., that kind of link together somehow to make some kind of a theme. And I'm guessing that is what these shaded squares are all about today. But generally, a good practice is to just kind of ignore the theme, especially if you're new to crosswords. Just kind of ignore the theme. Don't try and think about like, oh, what could these squares mean? Or what could the shaded squares mean? Just ignore it and just go through looking at the clues and trying to fill in wherever you can, as you normally would. It's nice that one across started with just a 3-letter word. Generally, like the shorter words, the 3- and 4-letter words, are going to be easier to fill in than others. So again, if you're new or you're struggling to find something to fill in, a good place to go is to these shorter words and see if you can fill them in to help you get like a kind of a foothold to open the door. And let's see, biblical suffix with do or go. So it's going to be a suffix that goes at the end of do or go that appears in the Bible. I'm guessing that is ETH, doeth or goeth. And a soldier's food packet for short. I forget what those are called, like field rations, right? I forget what those are called, so I'm not going to try. I'm just going to move on. Generally, another good practice, like some people, when they are new to the crossword, they might, like, when they come across a clue that they don't know, they'll just sit there and stare at it for a while and be like, what is that? And they'll get stuck there. But that's no fun. It's no fun to get stuck and just sit there thinking about it for a really long time when you don't know it. So just move on. It's okay. You can come back to it later. I'm going to go to one down since I already have 2 letters here, K-E. Dole's 1996 running mate. Now, who ran together with Bob Dole in 96? I don't know that either, so I'm going to move on. 2 down, Gillette razor brand. Unfortunately, I don't know that either. Oh, man. 3 down, and this is in quotation marks, so it means it's like something that people say. Or so blank say. Based on the TH here, I'm going to kind of do Wheel of Fortune here and guess that this is they. So, or so they say. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to go down here to 20 across. Venmo's parent company, that I don't know. Might be PayPal, but I'm not sure about that. I'm just guessing based on the Y that I have here. PayPal fits. the Y's there, but I don't know for sure, so I'm just gonna move on, and maybe I can get some other letters here. If I get like a P here, for example, that might confirm it. Deposit, not sure. Okay, let's just move on and see what we can get. Complimentary, so free, unpaid maybe, I don't know. 15 across, dealership offering. Dealerships offer, a tough Tuesday so far. Occasion that people are dying to celebrate. We've got DYE there. So, a quick word about crossword rules, or generally like conventions that you see in American crosswords. Anytime a clue ends in a question mark, that means there is a pun happening or some kind of play on words happening. In this case, it is very obvious where the play on words is happening, because we see that dying is spelled differently than you would expect. And so with the DYE spelling, an occasion that people use die to celebrate, I'm guessing is Easter, because we dye eggs during Easter. So I'm going to put that in. Let's check 4 down. Musical that was the highest grossing movie in 1978. A bit of trivia that I just don't know off the top of my head. I'm going to skip it. Less contrived. So anytime, not anytime, but often, you will see a clue that has the word more or less. And that is usually a clue that whatever this word is, 5, it's going to end in ER to be like the comparative adjective version of something. Like, for example, like if the clue was less common, then the answer might be rarer, right? More rare. So ER on the end. So less contrived. I'm trying to think what the opposite of contrived is, and it's not coming to mind. So I'm just going to put the ER in and just move on. Let's go to 6 down. Body parts sometimes compared to steel. Here's another crossword rule that I can point out. And the S here kind of confirms that that is correct. Crossword clues and answers always match in pluralities. So if you have a clue that is a singular, it's talking about something in the singular sense, then the answer is going to be a singular. If, like in this case, you have body parts with an S, that is a plural. So anytime the clue is a plural, the answer is also going to be a plural. And so here we have body parts sometimes compared to steel. That's going to be abs of steel. So we have the S plural in the answer as well. 7 down. Ciao is ta-ta. Anytime a clue is in quotes, that refers to spoken word. So it's going to be something spoken that could replace ciao, ta-ta. 10 blank or less as a grocery sign. This will be 10 items or less. Simple fill in the blank. And attendance at a heavenly throne. I'm not sure what that is referring to. But now I see 4 across. Now that I have this ATI here, I'm guessing this is gratis for complimentary, which is a bit of a tricky one, but having the ATI helped. Dealership offering. Oh, this might be a rebate. And then we have Grease going down as this musical. All right. So that's a really good example of how just like once you get a couple letters, it will help you get more and more things. So don't, if you're struggling with, some parts of the grid, don't worry about it too much. Just move on, and maybe you'll get some more letters, and that will help you just kind of spread out the things that you have. 5 down, less contrived, now I'm guessing is realer. Okay, let's look at 22 across. Caregivers organization. Here's another good place to point out one more rule about crossword clues and answers, which is about abbreviations in this case. So we have organization is abbreviated to ORG. Anytime that an answer is going to be abbreviated, the general rule is answers in the grid should be the full version, the full word, the full version of whatever it is. So anytime it is not the full version, or the full word, or the full title, that is supposed to be indicated in the clue. And in this case, having ORG period, having organization abbreviated, is enough that qualifies as a signal to the solver that this answer is probably going to be an abbreviation also. Because organization, if it wasn't, then they would write caregiver's organization, the whole word spelled out, and then that would be a clue that the answer is going to be the full title spelled out. But because it's shortened here in the clue, it's going to be shortened in the answer. Caregivers organization, I'm guessing caregivers is referring to doctors, and so this will be the American Medical Association. Oh, is this Seraphims, I think? Attendance at a Heavenly Throne? I think it's Seraphim. I think that's right. I'm not totally sure, but I'm going to put it in because I'm fairly confident. T-Mobile acquisition of 2020, a little trivia here. I think that's Sprint. Santa Blank, California. I don't know this. Santa Rosa, maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna skip that. Sizzling will be hot. Right? Hey. When it's not like a trivia, hey buddy. When the clue is not like a trivia thing, like for example, 10 Down, this 1980 Devo hit, that's what we would call a trivia kind of clue, or T-Mobile acquisition of 2020, that's a bit of trivia. When it's not a trivia thing and it's just like a vocabulary thing, like sizzling, it's just one word, basically the answer should be another word that could replace that word, basically a synonym for that word. So sizzling could be hot. I'm gonna go up to 1980 Devo hit. Did they do Whip It? I think it's Whip It. I'm not totally sure, but put an edge on could be wet, right? Like you wet a knife to make it sharper, and then this would be Whip It. So I'm gonna go with that. Start of a carol title. Start of a carol title. So, I mean, that could be so many things. There's a lot of carols, Deck the Halls, and I can't think of any others. White Christmas. There's so many, Holy, could be Holy. No, because it would be Oh Holy Night. No, I don't know. How I Met Your Mother. Oh, this is a good place to point out one more thing about crossword, about American-style crosswords. And this is one thing that differentiates American-style crosswords from British-style crosswords, for example, which is answers can be more than one word. And there is never any indication whether the word is one word or two words or even 3 or 4 words. Everything in the grid, it could be one word, it could be more than one word. You never know. You just have to kind of figure it out. And in this case, we have 2 words, How I Met Your Mother. Usually in some other style crosswords, like cryptic crosswords or things like that, they will indicate how many words are in the answer, or they'll just give an indication that there might be more than one word. But in American style crosswords, generally there is no indication. It could always be one word or more. Villain in the Book of Esther. I don't know this. Build. That is erect. That's just another straight vocabulary synonym one. Times Square sign for B-Way fans. Here's an example of, there's a shortening in this clue. So that means the answer is going to be shortened, right? B-Way. It's not Broadway written out the full name. It's B-Way shortened. So the answer is also going to be a shortened version of something. A Times Square sign. I I don't know what this is referencing. Start of a carol title. Is it here? But what is the carol? Oh no, it's hark. Hark the herald angels sing. There we go. And is this just like tickets, maybe? Tickets with an S? Funders of many campaign ads in brief. And here they've chosen to just write in brief to indicate that it is a shortened answer. This would be PAX. That is, sometimes they will just say in brief or shortened. Sometimes they'll just directly indicate that the answer is a shortened version of something like that. Okay, cool. Moving right along. I think this is Santa Rosa. Now that I have the RO here, that's a pretty good indication. So I'm going to put it in. Harold, who directed Groundhog Day. Anytime they give you half of a name, that means they're looking for the other half. Sometimes they give you the first name and they're looking for the last name. Sometimes they give you the last name and the answer is the first name. In this case, they gave us the first name and I know the last name is Ramus. Let's go 35 down. They help with course selection. Menus, maybe? This is a bit of a tricky one, a bit of a play on words here. Almost to the point where this could be a clue with a question mark on the end. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for this clue to have a question mark at the end to indicate that it is a play on words, because course could have multiple meanings. But that is one thing that you have to just kind of get used to. It's something that is difficult at first, but you get used to it the more that you do crosswords, which is kind of opening your mind to think about the multiple possible meanings of words in a clue. So in this case, course is referring to food courses and not just not classes at a school. Hindi master is a Dalai. Is it, yeah, Dalai Lama? Like the Dalai? Or is it Lama? Maybe it's Dalai. And that's where Dalai Lama comes from. No, I would say, it seems weird. What's this? Land in Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, I don't know Game of Thrones. Oh, wait, no, maybe I do. It's Westeros. Oh my gosh. Oh, something just like, hey, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I've never read or watched Game of, that's not true. I have watched a little bit, but I don't really know it. I'm pretty proud that I was able to pick that out. Anyways, Texas Ranger Hall of Fame locale. Maybe Waco? It's another trivia thing. I'm just guessing based on the W, and it's Texas. Fiscal subject. Here we have subject shortened, so this is going to be a shortened answer. Maybe econ for economy or economics. Singer Bareilles, right? We have half the name here. We're looking for the other half. The other half is Sarah, for Sarah Bareilles. Fill in the blank here. Blank bowl, a fruity treat. Acai bowl. Acai is one of those words that we call crosswordese. People who solve crosswords would call this crosswordese, which is crosswordese is any word that appears quite often in crosswords and generally appears more often in crosswords than you actually encounter in real life. And the reason why crosswordese exists is just generally because filling a crossword grid with legitimate words that all cross each other like this is tough. And so generally words that have a lot of vowels or words that have very common letters like R, S, T in them are very useful words to help you kind of fill in the crosses. And acai is one of those words. It's a 4-letter word of which 3 are vowels. That's pretty useful. Anyways, 21 down, deposit. Still don't know what this is, but now that I'm back up here, I can see that this does indeed look like it is PayPal. So I'm going to fill that in for Venmo's parent company. And deposit is maybe just put in. Yeah. If if you deposit money into something, you're putting money in your account. Presses into service. Uses? Yeah. Presses into service, uses something. You're pressing it into service. This is an example of when verbs are used in the clue. The answer always matches the tense of the verb. So in this case, we have presses with the es on the end. So the answer is also uses. That conjugation or tense will always match in verbs. If it's past tense in the clue, the answer is going to be past tense, right? And same for conjugations. If it's like he uses or he presses, right? Then it'll be the same conjugation. Can I fill in these last ones now? Dole's 1996 running mate. I still don't know who that is. And Gillette razor brand. I still don't know this either. Oh man. Soldier's food packet. I still don't know that. You know, I might be stuck in this corner. And that's fine too. The other thing about crosswords, and you know what, just to show solidarity with people who feel like they're not good at crosswords, I'm gonna do what is totally fine to do. The important thing, especially in the beginning with crosswords, is that you just enjoy it. And like getting stuck, especially when you feel like you're not good at crosswords yet, getting stuck is just not fun. And so I'm gonna do something that is you should never be embarrassed about doing. You should never feel shame about doing, which is just reveal an answer, right? Which you can do in the New York Times when you are doing it on the computer or on the app, is you can go up here and say reveal word, and I'm just going to go ahead and reveal the word. And it will give me a warning that it's going to break my streak, but I don't really care. I'm just going to reveal it. MRE, Kemp and Atra. Yeah, I never would have gotten those. And that's fine. I'm just going to move on. Don't worry about it. Here we have, so this clue, or this answer, 39 across, it goes all the way across the grid with no break in the middle. This is what we call a spanner because it spans the length of the grid. So spanner in this case is related to the theme, as you can see, because the clue is self-referential to the puzzle. So anytime a clue is self-referential to the puzzle, that means it is going to be theme-related generally. And this is also what we would call a revealer entry. It is one that I think, once we fill it in, it's going to reveal to me whatever the theme is for this puzzle. And so let's see what you might do after some financial trading, or in this puzzle. What you might do after some financial trading. I'm not sure what that is referencing, so I'm gonna just come back to it later. Let's see if I can get some more letters crossing it. Sportscaster Andrews, I don't know who that is. Cultivate a garden plot in a way, I'm not sure. Clears up a jumble. To clear up a jumble, you have to sort something, but again, we have to match the conjugation of the verb here, and this is clears with an S, so it's going to be sorts with an S. Okay. Hindi master. Yeah, I don't know this word. Okay. Let's go over to 36 across. Soon to be alumni abbreviated. Maybe a senior? Alumni. Alumni is plural, right? So yeah, seniors with an S. Again, got to match plurals to plurals. Problem on a vinyl record is, a skip, maybe? I was thinking scratch, but that's obviously too long, so skip, perhaps. Mulligan to a golfer is a redo, right? I think a mulligan is a redo. Proofreader's directive. Proofreader's directive. Is this stet, I want to say? I'm not sure. It's one of those, like, there's some proofreading lingo that does appear. I think stet, maybe. Let's check 45 across. cry just before the guest of honor arrives at a surprise party. People cry out, hide. So that's hide. I think it is stet. I'm going to put that in. Ground transportation hub. So this will be a bus depot. Yeah, so stet seems to be right. This looks like market. Oh my gosh, I see it now. Look at this. Okay, so what you might do after some financial trading is corner the market. What you might do in this puzzle is also corner the market. And if you look at the corners that we have filled in so far, these 9 squares in each corner are going to be filled with the letters of the market. They're not written in order, but it is the correct letters. We have THEMARKET, and the same thing over here, THEMARKET. So I can presume that in these bottom corners, we're going to have the same thing, the letters for the market. And I'm just going to actually, because I think that's cool, I'm just going to go ahead and confirm that that is what is happening here. And I'm going to try and fill in these bottom corners right now. So let's look at 70 across. We have scrape out with out in parentheses. This is a special kind of American style crossword thing here also. This word in parentheses sometimes happens with like the word out or of or in or at after a word. And that means that the answer also uses the word that is in parentheses. So scrape out, we're looking for a word that can also be paired together with out to have the same meaning as that phrase, scrape out. And I think this is eke out, which I can guess also because eke is another one of those crosswordese words that comes up in crosswords a lot. And it also contains the letters, or 3 of the letters from the market, the EKE. So I'm pretty sure that's correct. Let's go 67 across. Old TV star with the catchphrase, I pity the fool. That's going to be Mr. T. And again, those are 3 of the letters from the market. And milliner's creation. I don't know what that is. But we're missing, what are we missing here? We're missing an H, an A, and another T. Is this a hat? Is a milliner someone who makes a hat? Let's check. Melodramatic cry will be Ami or Omi. Let's go with, in either case, it'll be H-A-T. This will be Ami or Omi. I'm not sure which, so I'm going to leave that blank. Place to walk a dog is a park. And suffix with bachelor will be et, bachelorette. There we go. And let's see if this is O or A here. Recorded is on tape. There we go, Ami. Cool. Let's go over to this one. Low carb kind of diet. I think this is a keto diet, right? And we have the KET there. Run a red light, and then we have the ARE. And follower of Navy or presidential. Oh, whoops, I moved up too high. But let's see, follower of Navy or presidential. Follower of is sometimes used to just indicate a word that can go after Navy or a word that goes after presidential. So, I'm not sure. Navy blue, presidential, is presidential blue a thing? I'm not sure about that. Frequent quotation attribution. I'm not sure about that either. Website designer's code is HTML, I'm guessing. And that gives me HTM here, which are the letters I'm missing. So yeah, great, HTML. I'm not sure what this is, the quotation abbreviation. Raison d'etre. Yeah, that works. And playwright David is Mamet, right? Again, they gave us half the name. We need the other half. So that's Mamet. Oh, seal is the word that goes after Navy or presidential. Navy SEAL or presidential SEAL. There we go. And shack? I'm not sure what that's referring to. I don't know what that means. But everything else, all of the crosses, I'm pretty sure are right. And it gives me the letters for the market. So I'm pretty sure it is correct. I just don't know what it is. You betcha is maybe will do. Let's see. Key of box, the art of fugue. Thankfully, I have the beginning of this already filled in. Generally, when you have a clue, and this does come up occasionally where it's the key of something, it's going to be like, right, A major or B minor or something like that. So generally, the only thing that you could fill in, if you don't happen to know it off the top of your head, the only thing that you can fill in is the M, because whether it's major or minor, this M will be the same. And then the last two, the OR, whether it's major or minor, the OR will also be the same. But luckily, I already have DMI filled in, so I know that this has got to be D minor. Sportscaster Andrews, this looks like Aaron. Does that seem right? Violin bow application will be rosin, although I'm not sure how rosin is spelled. I think it's R-O-S-I or R-E-S-I. Is it R-E-S-I? Might be R-O-S-I. What's 41 down? Cultivate a garden plot in a way. No, I'm not sure what that is. I think it's R-E. A pun is said to be the lowest form of this. This is wit. And it is, in fact, Aaron Andrews. R-E-T-O or R-O-T-O. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave that blank for a minute. See if I can get a few more letters, and maybe that will clue me in with what that is. Private eye in old lingo. I'm not sure. Oscar winner Zellweger is Renee. And Moonstruck, not sure. One pointer in horseshoes. Leaner. I think a leaner is 1 point in horseshoes. No good cars. I'm not sure. Happy as a blank is a clam. Singer musician with the Imagine Peace website. That's got to be Ono. Ono is also crosswordese. It's one that comes up in crosswords quite a lot. It's a useful set of 3 letters. Let's see, unkempt person. It's not a slob, but a not sure. Informal eateries, that's diners. And again, plural matches plural. Eateries, so diners. Feature of some dresses. Let's see, feature of some dresses. Butler in a romance. Here we've got half the name. Oh, this is actually kind of a tricky one, because you might think this is one thing that crossword constructors like to do sometimes to throw a little curveball to you. Is you probably have noticed, or maybe you didn't notice, but you can see when you look at the list of clues that all clues always start with a capital letter. Right? You can see 53 across, feature of some dresses, the capital F at the beginning. In this one, Butler in a romance, it's a capital B at the beginning. Sometimes crossword constructors like to mess with you by putting in a word that is that could be both a like a proper noun, like with a capital letter, or it could just be a regular word. Like in this case, Butler in a romance. That could be just a butler, like a person who serves, or it could be, in this case, they've hidden the fact that this is actually a capital B for the name, Rhett Butler. So that's a tricky thing. Well done. Feature of some dresses. A slit. Okay. Unkempt person. Still not sure what that is. Moonstruck is in love. A Slav. I know like slovenly, it would be a description that means like unkempt. Is sloven a noun? I don't think I've ever seen that used as a noun. No good cars. No good cars. I don't know this. I don't know this either. Is this deck, as in like detective? I don't know this stuff. Just in the interest of moving this along and not getting stuck here, I'm just gonna fill in this word again. No shame in it. It's like when you're starting out, especially, like the important thing is you have fun doing it and don't like feel frustrated, because if you feel frustrated, you're just not going to enjoy yourself, and that makes it less likely that you'll come back and do more crosswords. And crosswords are a joyful thing, and you should come back and do more. So I'm just going to reveal this word and fill it in. And what was it? Rototill for cultivated garden plot. Interesting. And then this is tech, I guess, as a shortened of detective. I've never heard that before, but there you go. What else did we have? Lemons. And Sloven was indeed correct, and we have lemons for no good cars. Interesting. Some stuff I'd never heard here. A bit of some tricky things, some tricky crosses there. Just like two things crossing that I happened to not know either of them, so that makes it tough to fill in. That's what I mean when I say they're tough crosses. It's like both of the things that are crossing are tricky, or things that I just don't know, and that so you either have to just guess what the letter is, or you just have to let the computer fill it in for you. And there you go. That is most of the rules of just generally how to do a New York Times crossword or an American style crossword. I hope that was helpful for some of you to break your way into doing crosswords. Again, I just set my personal best yesterday of just over 4 minutes for the Monday New York Times crossword. And yet still on a Tuesday, there were things that I didn't know, and I had to let the computer reveal the answer for me. So, if one puzzle is frustrating you and getting you down, I really hope that doesn't discourage you from coming back and doing more, because they can be really fun. It's just sometimes, you get stuff that you just don't know, and that can make for a bad experience. But sometimes it's like really smooth, and you get this fun wordplay and some cool stuff that you do know, and it makes you feel really awesome. So I really hope that you give crosswords a try, and even if the first crossword you do is a bit frustrating, come back and try again, because they can be really joyful. Look at how cool this is. Corner the market, and in each corner we have all of the letters for the market jumbled up. And there's even a reference to jumbles here. Clears up a jumble. So that's a pretty cool theme, pretty cool little puzzle. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow to solve the puzzle, the Wednesday puzzle, just at my normal speed, talking a little bit while I go, but definitely doing it a bit faster than this. So if you like this, come back for more. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.